3 days to see. Close your eyes. Count to 5. Now imagine that pitch black darkness is permanent. You will never see your mother's face, the color of the sky, or the text on the screen again. Now, what if someone handed you a gift? Exactly. 3 days to see everything you ever wanted. What would you choose? This is the experiment created by Helen Keller, deaf and blind since she was a toddler. She spent her life navigating a world without light or sound, eventually using her experience to challenge how the rest of us perceive our surroundings. Even before she imagines what vision could offer, Keller reveals a world defined by the precision of her fingertips. She did not just survive in silence, she mastered the physical world through touch. She describes the feeling, the delicate symmetry of a leaf, and running her hands over the exceptionally smooth paper like bark of a silver birch. She contrasts that smoothness with the rough, craggy texture of a pine tree, tracking the deep ridges and jagged edges that define its surface. In the spring, she searches for the first birds on a branch, and if she is lucky, she can feel the physical vibration of a bird's throat as it sinks into the open air. When the simple quiver of a branch can provide this much sensory details to someone who cannot see it, the sheer volume of a beauty of a flower that is available to a sighted person becomes almost overwhelming to consider. Keller starts her hypothetical 72-hour clock faced with a 3-day limit. She did not waste a second on famous landmarks or grand treasures. Her first priority is the human face. She wants to spend her first day looking into the eyes of her friends, searching for the internal light and character she had previously only known through the warmth of their hands and the rhythm of their speech. Up to this point, she has relied entirely on her fingertips to trace a jawline or the forehead, sensing the arrival of the laughter or the tension of sorrow only when she was close enough to touch them. For Keller, the chance to witness an expression as it happens to see the flash of a smile rather than feeling it is the most precious use of her first 24 hours. On the second day, she rises before the sun. She wants to watch the grand panorama of the earth as the first light of morning pulls the landscape out of the shadows. She spends the rest of the day in museums. With only 48 hours left, she uses the halls to absorb the condensed history of the natural world. She describes seeing the gigantic carcasses of dinosaurs and mastodons, the massive physical evidence of creatures that dominated the earth long before the arrival of man. She tracks the rise of the human mind, a creature of small structure but immense power, who managed to conquer the animal kingdom through sheer intellect. To Keller, a museum visit is the way to see the massive timeline of the earth considered into a single visible scale of existence. The dawn of the final day arrives. Rather than rushing toward the wonders of the natural world like mountains or oceans. She chooses a surprising destination, a busy city street. She stands at a bustling street corner, dedicating her final hours of sight to observing the rhythms of the people simply throwing to work. She watches the faces in the crowd, looking for the quick smiles of joy, the set jaws of determination, and the heavy eyes of those experiencing suffering. Within these regular work a day moments, Keller finds a level of beauty that most people only expect to find in a grand sunset or a work of art. There is a deep irony in her choice. The very scenes Keller would give anything to see for one afternoon are the ones we walk through every day while looking down at our screens. When the clock strikes midnight, the gift is rescinded. The lights go out and Keller is returned to her permanent familiar darkness. This is where she reveals the most difficult truth of the experiment. Even with 3 full days of sight, she realizes that she has still left the vast majority of the world's beauty unseen. From this realization, she offers a specific directive. Use your eyes today as if tomorrow you would be struck blind. She applies this to every sense. Listen to every voice and song as if you will get go deaf tomorrow. Touch every object and taste every morsel as if you are about to lose all sensory ability forever. Her plea is to stop treating these daily experiences as background noise, ignoring the richness of the world until it is already gone. The challenge starts the moment this video ends. Look up, observe the room, the sky, and the people around you as if you are seeing them for the very first time. Thank you.